Elevation and love, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about judgment. Today is about judgment. It's about recognizing and allowing your spirit to manifest outward of yourself, right? And this happens through judgment. Now, this is a weird perspective, so I want you to bear with me. Sometimes we don't understand the logic until the whole thing unfolds. When I was growing up, I used to get spankings, right? I used to get whoopings. I used to get consequences for my actions. Sometimes I got a pass. I give it to my parents. Sometimes they gave me a pass, but majority of the time, I got my butt whooped. Okay. This is called a sentencing, right? This is called outward projection of the spirit. See, when we put ourselves in a state, we put ourselves in a position to pass consequences onto others because of a reaction, action that they display. We take ourselves and put ourselves through the same experience, but on the opposite side of the table. And so today what I'm trying to implement is how judgment can be used in the wrongest of ways, in the wrongest and unjust ways that we may think is okay. We may think it's all right. We may think we have jurisdiction over people, even our children. But spiritually, we don't have jurisdiction over anybody that we are in a place to pass judgment. And by judgment, I mean bringing consequences to others that act out of character. To even go a step further, without people needing to control others, there would be no need to pass judgment, because you would already know right from wrong and the things that you are here to accomplish and the things that you are here to experience. And none of those things would be negative, right? None of us have a soul contract to come here and experience negativity. There isn't one soul in the world that was birthed by the cosmos to come down into this realm to experience for themselves hatred. Okay? I want us to get that idea out of our minds, that some people are just here to be evil and that some people are here to be a negative force. I think that is further from the truth than anything I've ever heard before. I think that we all come here with a soul contract to grow, to become better. And in becoming better, in learning more things about life and about decision making, we decide ourselves to take on these different actions based on what we learned growing up, based on the things that happen around us. So it's like a domino effect. The things that we see others doing growing up, they become okay to us because we've seen it growing up. It's just like whipping kids, you know. Most people, they whip their kids, they spank their kids because they were spanked. You know, we don't have this reality that something happens outside. Here they go. See, something happens to a child when they're spanked. A level of fear gets implanted in children when they are spanked for exploring, for being children, for doing things that children naturally do. Now, we're all here to explore what we're here to explore. You can hear them exploring what they're here to explore right now, right? And there's no consequences for that. There shouldn't be. Now, as they get older, their consequences would be from self. But as individuals, we have to be careful how we pass judgment on others, how we project our spirit. And this will go as far as being in traffic and road raging and getting to a point where we can actually get that person's attention, and rather than letting it go and saying, man, I wonder what's up with that person's day. You know, I hope the day starts to get better for them. You know, whatever they're going through in their life, I hope that gets better for them. Instead of thinking that way, we just take it far left and we go and bust some windows out, right? We go and knock on the window. We say, hey, get out the car. You know, you cut me back. You cut me off back there. That's not the way. That type of judgment puts you in a place where you have jurisdiction over somebody else's experience and you don't, right? So when you bring a consequence to somebody's life, when you say a person don't deserve this or deserve that to happen to them, when people have those type of reactions to the situations around them, they step out of character, right? We step out of grace, of balance, right? We step out of that balance, because balance is going to happen regardless, right? And it could be us bringing that balance, or it can be somebody else. But overall, it's not for us to experience the negative side of that balance, right? That positive force is for us to experience. And through that positive force, I mean that positive feedback, that positive action that happens as a result of the reactions of other people, right? The decisions other people make. We have a choice of how we can respond to that. And this is what makes us the greatest judges, right? This is what makes us authoritative when it comes down to passing judgment. By passing judgment on ourselves, we cause judgment to happen to others, right? Because it's all energy. You got to think about this. It's all energy. So if we go back to what we was talking about with the car incident, if instead of having road rage, you went up to that person and you got up there and you knocked on their window, hey, are you all right? You know, I don't know, you was driving kind of crazy, you know, it just, you know, it's kind of out of character. Is there anything you need? You know, you mind if I have a positive word with you? You know, you want to exchange information, you want to go for lunch or something like that. You know, that type of behavior is judgment of self rather than judgment of another, because at that moment you've put yourself in a place of service to anybody going through a situation, right? Because everybody have a situation. Everybody got something that's going on in their life that causes them to react the way they react. And so rather than being the person that accepts the wrath, you can be the person to diffuse it, right? This is what judgment is about. Judgment is about looking at self and realizing how something made you feel and how you can respond as best as you can. What can you be to that situation? How can you respond on a godly level, right? Because we are gods, right? We're goddess, we're gods. So how can we respond in a godly manner rather than having an emotional, a human emotion towards things that happen? We have to understand that we are beings just having a human experience, but we're so much more powerful than this flesh. We're so much more powerful, right? And we have so much more knowledge accessible to us that there's no need for a negative response. Negative is not it. It's just not it, right? But in that balance, being the positive, there'll be a negative somewhere to hold you down. It just won't be felt in a negative emotion. You feel me? I love y'all. I want to see y'all growing. I want to see y'all doing bigger and better things Also, if you have not checked the website out yet, go and look at the website 9-etherhood.com. Right over there, we're dealing with Reiki healing. We're dealing with meditations. A lot of people don't really understand what meditation is. Meditation is about self, right? Meditation is experienced in all of religions, even though it is not based on religion. I want y'all to understand this. Meditation has nothing to do with religion. Your religion does not preach against meditation. Meditation is nothing more than just going within self and understanding who you are, connecting with who you are, and how you should respond to situations, how you should respond to your environment, how you should carry yourself. All of these things happen when you start meditating. This information just comes to you, right? It's accessible to you. The stuff that I'm talking about right now in this video is a representation of what happens, the information that comes to you when you meditate. If you sit long enough in silence, a voice will speak, right? And it may not be you, it may be another spirit or entity, but wisdom will happen, right? Wisdom will happen in your life, and you have an option to utilize this information and actually become something more than what you feel like you are physically. And when you start gathering this information, when you start gathering higher levels of knowledge, it's hard not to share it with other people. It really is. It's hard not to let your light shine. It's hard not to be that force, right? It's hard not to be what it means to be intelligent or intellectual, or to be positive and to be loving and kind. You know, all of these things, patience. When you are at oneness with yourself, all of this knowledge is easily displayed, and it all comes back around to judgment. Judgment is nothing more than a reflection of the soul, or not the soul, but the spirit, right? So your spirit will yield to the judgment of how you respond to others. I love y'all. Elevation and love. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going, gals. Everybody, keep it going. Keep this thing rolling. Also, YouTube /9ETHERHOOD. We finally got a short URL. If you all want to go and look at videos, go and look at videos, okay? Go and start learning how to meditate. I love y'all. Peace out.